What's up, guys? Multi blood players, whoever see this, or anybody, whatever. Um, so I'm just here. I wanted to make this video because in Blue Court, uh, they was talking about C-Aoko, and somehow, some way, I think somebody was complaining about the zoning, and that led to Alps saying her zoning was okay, and then uh, aight asked for her weaknesses, and Alps made a pretty good list. It's a pretty solid list. I'm gonna make sure I agree with all this, but when I looked at it the first time, like before even thinking about recording this, which was literally just a few minutes ago, I was like, "Yo, this is all pretty much good shit." All of this I agree with, and I'm finna basically give examples of them all, like of her weaknesses that he listed, which is not that many, but it's enough to make a video on and talk about though. I think I'm qualified to do this. I'm not the best C-Aoko player, but I am knowledgeable on the character, I think. So, no, first off, in his list of weaknesses, he said bad horizontal travel speed. Now, I would imagine he means her dash. Not even only her dash, this. I know she jumping to do this air dash, but this air dash is just for forward movement, like horizontal. Jumps is for vertical movement. So, I would imagine he's talking about her dash and her air dash. So I'm gonna just talk about my experiences with these moves. Actually, I kind of want to compare her to characters that have like, mm, I don't know, better dashes or even better runs, in my opinion. We get, you know what? Actually, so let's look at her dash first. Um, her run. So just looking at her run, it's good. Like in my opinion, like it's good. It's not the best. Looking at this, not when he says bad, I don't know if I agree with the bad horizontal movement speed, but it is kind of mediocre. I think the best thing about it is that it's a run, so I can run like really far. But the problem is that it's not like B Science, for example. This bitch is fast. It's hell. And I think it started up faster than all goes. I think it started up faster than her dash too. But that's a run. So basically, like it's a pretty slow dash. Like it's slow, basically. I don't think it's horrible though. I don't want to constantly repeat myself. I don't think it's bad. It's just mediocre. Um, yeah, and then when you compare her run to like a character like, we'll use his character. we'll use Al's character, man. Now Al's, I mean, C Nania does not have a fucking. He does not have a run, but his dash is pretty good. His dash is pretty good. Now this is ass. This is ass, but I feel like a lot of the times he just doing this in neutral. He don't want to just do this in neutral anyway. In pressure maybe, but not. He mostly just doing this. See Nania. So his buns make up for that, but this is the main thing. And even Coma's step dash is also good too. You know, and I'm not saying only step dashes are good, or his is decent. Like it look like it's kind of hard to dash block with it, maybe, but they go far. His air dash is pretty good too, I think. So I guess I kind of disagree. It's like mediocre. Her shit is like in between. It's like it's a run, which is good. V Scion has a run, but it's better. It's not a step dash, and I think step dashes have their own strength. But what I will say, just removing like logic and pure experience, like removing logic and thinking purely based off experience, and like these never organized. I'm not really organized. Um, in my experience with Aoko, a lot of times, yes, it is difficult to cover ground quickly. If I'm being honest, it's hard to gain ground like fast. Cause like, let's say I was Nania. This is my step dash, but I don't. This is not a step dash character. So usually you are running, right? So basically, how Nania can just do this, gain a bunch of ground. Like he'd be like here from here, right? I have to like run, and it's not super fast like V Scions, and it has like a frame more a startup. I think V Scions is 4, C-Aoko is 5, just Aoko in general. Um, and her thinking about her air dash, like it's okay, I guess. It's pretty short. So I guess this is another example of bad horizontal movement. This is pretty bad, I think, in terms of neutral. Because I mean, now this is something that's underused, double air dash, but even then, this is pretty short. When you compare to like a character like Ryogi, for example, this bitch. When you compare air dashes, look at this fucking air dash, dog. Look at that. Like if I press the right button, I probably can still reach. Even if I can't reach, that's really far in comparison of yeah. Come on, come on. That's really far in comparison. Really good air dash, and couple that with a run as well. This character also has a run and good buttons. Okay, I'm not gonna keep going, but so I guess on that I do kind of agree with him. At times it can feel like you can't cover the ground quick enough because sometimes you have because let's say you want to counter poke or I don't know maybe you want to I don't know sometimes you want to counter poke. Sometimes you're trying to get to them before they do something. She just isn't fast enough sometimes. So I think that is a example of bad horizontal movement. Next, bad defensive option value. I think he just saying she has weak defensive options. I agree. And I think this will kind of pop up with one of his. I'll probably somewhat come back to this in another one of his weaknesses that he posted. But like let's look at the shit that would be considered like actual defensive options other than the system mechanics, which maybe we should include. Maybe we should actually. I'll include them because there are bad things about that as well. So let's see. So looking at her quote unquote or quote in quotation mark her DPs. This is not a DP. It's only an anti-air. It's 5 frames though. Niggas think it's not punishable. But it is. So basically, what I'm saying, you're not really using this on defense most of the time, unless as the C-Aoko player or the aight player, unless you know your opponent is about to air dash or they about to jump. Usually, is when they about to jump. I feel like it's hard to call out air dashes unless they just doing that shit every time, and you definitely had to read. So this is really just an anti-air. And if let's say they do, I guess you could say it is somewhat. It's like an okay thing to do, like on Wake Up, if your opponent is about to do some fake shit. Because when I'm playing like Duke, Gaku, I don't really recall Ryder being that disrespectful. But when I play Gaku and Duke, they will kick you. This will kick. That's not invincible. It's only invincible against air normals. I think it's an anti-air. It's not a DP. It has no like just full invo. They will use this shit if you finna do some fake shit to them after air throw, and it will probably win. Cause the thing about this is 5 frames. That's fast as hell for a move this big. It's good. Um, and there are good things about it. Single hit, counter hit. You know, second hit being an overhead. But in terms of defense, this is weak. Like just let's say you blocking on the ground and they running pressure on you. How like some niggas can just DP or even if they air throw you. How like C-Ark or Nania can just fucking DP or even F-Aoko. But her DP is kind of whack. But, you know, she can't do that. She can't just do this shit on defense. Once again, only against jumps. Well, only against jumps and air dashes, really. And I mean, if they really fucking up their pressure, you might get away with this. Okay, then we have 623B. That was 6238. This is 623B. This is not for defense at all. It's too slow to be for defense. Unless you find really, rare scenarios where you could use it. Like, I don't know, maybe your opponent, let's say it's a Kohaku, and the bitch pushes herself out, does repeat 5A, you know 2C is coming. So after you know 2C is coming, so after the with 5A, you do this. Rare scenario, and you probably still gonna lose. This is really only a pressure tool. And even then, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's whack, but then once again, I think that'll come up again in one of his later things he put on his list of weaknesses. Okay, so basically, this is just pressure to its overhead and its plus. Slow overhead explosives. Okay, and then we have this 623C. It is a DP, a real DP, but the problems with it are that it is slow, so people can react to the flash and shield that shit, and it costs meter. But it is air unblockable, so that shit do come in clutch sometimes, you know. It do come in clutch sometimes. Uh, sometimes. So it's mediocre. So basically, her defense options are mediocre, basically. Um, so it'll tie into her. I'm gonna come, like I said, I'm gonna probably come back to that somewhat in one of his later things. But yes, and then she has, and I said I was gonna mention system mechanics because let's see, let me set up a recording. Actually, let me set up a recording. Okay, so let's say like let's just say she do that. Let's say she do that. Uh, let's say she do that. I'm fucking it up, man. Roku Naya moment. You saw that? You saw that? You saw how my 2-8 whiffed? Now, don't get me wrong. I do this to people, right? I do this to people. But it's whiffing because it's low hitting. So it's hard to do EX shield counter with a button, right? I don't know. I really think it's only working because of maybe how far I'm doing it or the normal I'm choosing. But this can happen to you. Sometimes 2-8 does whiff, right? Now, I don't know why it's fucking up exactly. Like, it worked right there, and I'm really not sure why. I think it was a range thing. No, or it could just be, I think I just was doing it too fast. But let's say it was working, right? Let's say it was working. Let's set up another recorder. Boom. Let's say the opponent does that shit. Boom. It whiffs, right? It whiffs. Now, just to compare, let's go to let's keep paying respects to that nigga Alex, man. Let's keep paying respects to him, dog. Which nah, fuck that. I'm sorry, Alex. We gotta pay respects to the main bitch herself. C-Satsuki. So like, okay, let's say she does this shit to C-Satsuki. No. Even if she jump, I think I'll still get the counter hit. Oh no. Oh shit. This embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Okay. Okay, look. Look. Basically, look. Okay, it's still okay. This ain't a good example. This ain't nah. She not a good example. She not a good example, gang. She not a good example. She not a good example. We need a better example. Her normal's whack. Let's try. Let's try Coma. Let's try Coma, bro. Her air normals is whack, bro. So okay. Okay, let you do Coma. Let you do Coma, alright. Okay. So I'm on C-Aoko, right? It worked easy. It was fine. No problem. No problem, right? Or maybe these aren't good examples. Basically, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to record it, and um, or rather, I think I have the example. I'm so sorry. This is so unorganized. Okay, okay, let's look at this instead. That's better. That's better, I think. Okay. God, Roku Naya moment. Okay, I'm too far. You see that? Even that, like, this is good, I think. You see how? Hold on. It's whiffing. It's whiffing. It's whiffing. Dead ass. And I'm thinking about Sane because I think this is what happens to me when I'm playing Sane and he playing Citono. Um, I think this is what happens. Now we're gonna go back to C Satsuki. We're gonna go back to C Satsuki. Okay, we're gonna go back to C Satsuki. This shit will guarantee not happen with this bitch. Guaranteed, guaranteed, bro. Like I fucked up the recording this time, but it was just a bad character. I think. Now let's see. Look at that. Look at that. I don't have a high hitting 5A on C-Aoko. So now, yes, I do EX Shield 2A because it does work a lot. It does work a lot, but it's not as guaranteed as this. This is guaranteed. Guaranteed, bro. Guaranteed. So that's like another thing with her defense. Like she don't even have a high hitting 5A, so she don't even have the privilege of being able to do this to people. I don't even have that privilege as a C-Aoko man. C-Aoko player. I think that's enough on defense. You can see that her defense is pretty whack. There are other things to think about, like 4-frame 2A. 2C can like create scrambles because it kind of move you forward. So sometimes people will end up in the corner. I think 2B is pretty good, but it's risky to whiff both of them normals because of their recovery. Because a lot of time people just air dash over that shit. But I feel like I know having a 4-frame move is good. Don't get me wrong, I know that shit is godlike, but I just feel like if a nigga is running some good pressure on you, fuck a 4-frame 2A. A 5-frame 2A will win if you match in the right place. So it's like, I don't know. I don't give a fuck about all that. But yes, I think that's pretty much it in regards to her defense. And I guess there are other things. There are other things like her having multiple jumps, so she can fuck with her movement when she's trying to escape the corner with jumps and air dashes and shit. But like, just if we talking about regular defense without having to put too much effort into it, like just base defense without having to think too much about solutions, her defense is kind of whack. It's pretty whack. So next thing he put on the list: bad hitboxes for direct encounters. I'm gonna just take that as her normals are small as fuck. I'm gonna just take that as her normals are small as fuck. And once again, I'm gonna go back to the champ himself. I'm gonna go back to the champ C-Nania himself, dog. So like, a lot of C-Aoko's normals are small, and I'm not really finna record anything, but I just want to take a look at this nigga's normals, for example. So let's look at shit like this. 2B. 2B, right? 2B, 2C. But we'll mainly just look at 2B because I know for sure this will beat a lot of my shit, right? If we look at her normals, she has 2A, 2B, 5A, 2C, 5B. All of these normals are decent. This is disjointed, this is disjointed, but like I'm not finna beat this nigga. I'm not finna beat C-Nania doing this shit. I'm not. Even if I try to run up and do like a counter poke, I'm gonna lose most of the time. I don't even think this is something I have to think too deeply about. If you just look at her fucking hitboxes on the wiki, they are weak. Well, they're not weak, but they're very average. The thing about this character is she is an average character. If she did not have orbs, she would be very hard to play. Very hard to play. Like honestly. And honestly, I don't think I would play her because orbs are the reason why I play the character. But like, without orbs, she has this, her normals, rain, and don't get me wrong, these are good moves. It could probably get you somewhere. And honestly, you know what? A nigga probably could make it work. I do think them tools are pretty good. But you know, considering how weak and well, not weak, but like how subpar her normals are, like even little shit like this. This honestly, this might be a better example. Honestly, her air normals, for example. And this is where I think F-Aoko and H-Aoko shine at. They have it better than I do as a C-Aoko man. JA, it's solid. H-Aoko has his JA as well. F-Aoko has the worst JA. This JA is probably her best air normal, in my opinion. This is how I feel. That is, in my opinion, JA is her best normal. Then we have Jump B. Can be used, but it's too specific. It's too specific. Like this is something you would use if they are above you. Which C-Aoko Mastery, I see Chen trying to use this shit, but it's not easy to use. It's not really universal. Neither is this, honestly, but I will use this more than JB because this definitely helps more. But a lot of times, like, look, I gotta protect space with this. This is a downward angle. It's hitting down. It's not covering. Cause let's say I'm playing air footsies with a nigga. I'm playing air footsies with a nigga, especially like Nania. I'm playing air footsies with Nania. Nania is doing this shit to me. His is downward, but it's also, it's not, it's bigger. It's bigger. It's disjointed as hell, and it is downward, but it's still more likely to lose than my shit. And he also has JB. This is horizontal. When you playing, I don't want to call them air footsies, but it's kind of what it is. When you playing that, usually you want normals that are hitting horizontally. This is downward. This is upward. This is the only horizontal move she has, and it's small. And I think it's like, it's not the most fucked up hitbox. I think it's still like a lot of green around it, right? Like, and don't get, this wins. Like, if I do this, sometimes it will win. It's good in scenarios like this where the opponent is trying to catch my landing. But in regards to us both being in the air, I'm most likely going to use this. And it works. I'm not gonna lie. This is a pretty good fucking normal. I'm most likely to I have smoked people with just counter hit JA because I know they finna like air dash, right? But how some characters can just win outright without having to think about it too much, like C-Ark, C-Nania, I can't. Which leads to like me having to try to anti-air you with this because I really can't beat you directly. The most common air movements for C-Aoko is this. I think this is her most common air movement. Super dash JA. And I think this is good too. Like, this is good too. It's just hard to confirm off of. If you do this and get it, small normals. Just, and to sum it up, because I don't know how to go too in depth with it. Small normals, bro. Her normals are small, and against a lot of characters, you are going to lose most of the time. So you have to know how to play around it, which usually goes back to orbs and it goes to like conceding rather than trying to win that interaction. Just block in the air, honestly, because most of the time you're going to lose, but you don't really want to be in that situation anyway. Yes. So yeah, basically that's it. And I want to compare real quick, like, and I kind of want to try to do some examples, but I feel like the way I would do them, I wouldn't do it good enough for you to see that it's not that good on C-Aoko. Like, if we go to H-Aoko or even F's, it's just I like H-Aoko's normals way more than F's. I like her normals more than C's and F's. But this is JA. She has the JA. JB. Horizontal space is covering. Look at this. If let's say this, because look, this does a lot. It's like it covered. This could too. Like it could cover the horizontal space, and it could also cover the ground space. Like if somebody trying to dash under you, right, or trying to pin your lantern or something, you could still do this. But it also can cover the horizontal space. This can too. I think it also can cover the ground space well. All of fucking H-Aoko's normals are good. Are they better than C-Nanias or C-Arks or I don't know, other fucking characters with good normals? No, but it can work. Like you have to respect her a little bit. Like you got to respect her at this space. You have to, dog. And I mean, even with F-Aoko, bro. Even with F-Aoko, I don't think hers are as good. This shit is slept on. People use this shit, and don't get me wrong, this is good. I do early jump C against Nero a lot because that's who I play this character against. But this move is good. I feel like it's better than this sometimes. It's all red at the end, and look how far. I feel like the green is like kind of far behind this shit. This is a good normal. This is a really good normal. But look at it. Horizontal space is covering. Horizontal space. Now, would you do this falling? I don't know. This is not really good falling. And this is what I was saying. Like, this is why I like H-Aoko normal so much. They cover the horizontal space, jump B and jump C. They cover the horizontal space, and you can do shit like this. Wrong norm. You can do shit like, I wouldn't move like this, but let's say you just trying to cover the ground because somebody trying to get under you or somebody trying to pin your landing or something or hit you, whatever. You do this falling. You might whiff on this character and you might lose. So you will have to do this. You have to do this. I think what's so good about C-Aoko's norms is that it's universal. You could do this with JB and jump C. You could cover the horizontal space and you can fall with that shit, right? And they are good for being aggressive. That's something I'm not considering. Because that's like the only thing about C-Aoko's normals that I can say. They are good for pressure. They are good for pressure. That's it. They're good for trying to get in. Like, this is good. It's a good jump in. It's a great jump in. Very good jump in. This ain't that good of a jump in, but this is, I could test this. Because the hitbox on this ain't even bad. It's really not. It's like all red under her lid that's going up. But not really for just playing neutral, but for trying to, make a nigga block, it works. Definitely. Even jump B, I think. These are good jump ins, but that's it. You see how this is downward, this is upward, it's not really going forward, it's not covering that horizontal space. She's fucked. She's fucked. Okay. Next. Bad neutral game without orb. That was one of his things. And that kind of go back to what I was saying earlier. Like, this is the only reason a lot of matchups work. All of this. So people can say whatever the fuck they want to say. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say, but she needs this. She needs it. Like, actually. Like, imagine me trying to, because look. Like, imagine, dog. Imagine this nigga Nania doing this to me. Just over and over and over again. What am I supposed to do about this? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I try to, like, pin this nigga. Hold on. Now, let's reset it. I fucked up the recorder. That's not realistic, man. Fuck that. But I can't do it. If it was a dynamic environment, bro. If it was a dynamic environment, you would see. Because you can see it in several matches. I bet this match is a Router, Duke, Gaku fighting this nigga Alps or fighting, I don't fucking know, anybody else who play like Tono. Nah, we talk about Nani. Just fighting Alps, bro. Because that's the only see Nani. I mean, and funny. Funny on his grind, though. Funny on his grind. I believe in funny. He on the way. But, I'm just thinking about Alps because he is the best Sinania in North America. Free. Bro, I can't really set up the recording, but like in a real match, all the shit happening, dynamic and all that. Like, bro, this is too slow. Like, she's too slow to really be able to pin this nigga. She don't even have a high hit in 5'8", so she can't even catch a startup or jump C and counter hit the nigga. You can't even do this over and over again because Nanya has slide, right? You can't do this just randomly, right? Because niggas can get under the blind spot. So you have to do this. Like, and don't get me wrong, I think niggas could make it work. I just don't. I think if she was faster, she could. If she was a faster, like she had a faster dash, like a V-Scion dash, maybe. And maybe like a high hit in 5'8", maybe she wouldn't need ores. But she because this is air blockable, so you can't just air. And that's another thing. I know I'm kind of ranting. But I'm having fun. I know I'm kind of ranting, but like, let's see. Nah, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. I mean, that would work too, but he wouldn't do that. He'd do like, he'd do drift forward. Right. Let's say I try to wheel kick this fucking move. Ah, damn it. I'm fucking it up. Ah, fuck me, man. Ah, fuck it, dog. Ah, whatever. Basically, wheel kick that move can still be wheel kick. You might not believe me because this is like shit. These are shitty examples, but trust me when I say, bro, it's air unblockable. I mean, wheel kick is air blockable. This nigga can still beat me with jump C if I space the wheel kick wrong, right? He can go under my fucking, because usually the solution to this is like, boom, But once again, this is not dynamic. This is a static. This is a static environment we're in. We are in training mode. This nigga could land and do 2C if I try to do this. Cause I fight Alps. Like I fought Alps recently. It's usually me trying to smoke this, but he can go under it with his 2C. And I think that thing on the list is about to come up too. I don't want to yap about that too much. I don't think I have to think about it too much, but because the main things is use this to anti-air, set orbs, play around how they finna respond to orbs, because that's how you gotta play. And I guess this is what he means by direct encounters. I can't play with you directly. I have to it can't be with my normals. It has to be, I said held orb, and I have to predict how you gonna play around that. I gotta predict how you finna try to get, I have to think about whether you're trying to bait this shit or not. I have to be careful with jumps because, like Alps, I'm using Alps because he's the one who made the list. This nigga will air throw you on this character for trying to jump a lot. And that's probably because he knows, or maybe he doesn't. This only stays out if I air guard or if I don't get hit. Or if I can't ground block and I can't get hit, otherwise it'll go away. If I air guard and just don't get touched at all, it's fine. It'll stay out. But so naturally this leads to me having to jump a lot. But when I think about the fact that he knows this, now I have to find other solutions. Like I have to, kind of play like this, walking shit. I have to dodge because I can't just jump. But it's like I'm also trying to stay out of his range so he doesn't make me block on the ground. It's not easy being a C-Aoko player, bro. And then, sometimes you can't always set these up. So you have to lean on these. And once you lean on these, because these aren't as strong as hell doors, they aren't going to protect you. They can, but the chances are lower. You usually just want to set these and predict how they're going to respond. Like, for example, somebody like Alps, I'll set this. He'll probably try to do his drift jump C shit, right? To get rid of this while also keeping himself safe. So I would have to do this in hopes that I counter hit the nigga. But it might whiff. I might do this and he might know I'm going to do that and he gonna 2C. Right? Let's say I'm fighting Sasuke. I said this. She gonna probably try to 2C under it, so I have to call it out with this. It's not easy. Like, I have to visually confirm that they're giving up ground before I start trying to set shit like this. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. Because I'm kind of just... I'm yapping a lot, but... So, yes, her neutral is hard without orb. It's hard. It would be hard because she's competing with characters that have better normals, better air dashes, better ground dashes. Like, orbs are her thing. That's her thing. She needs orbs. She would be way worse if she didn't have them. That's where her damage comes from. That's how she's able to play neutral. That's why matchups like Nero are hard because she can't really set up reliably. This is why matchups like fucking Wara, that's why that matchup is hard because she can't just set up however the fuck she wants. Any matchup where she can't just set up however the fuck she wants to, or she can't set up a lot of orbs during the match, those are hard matchups for her because then she has to rely on everything else. Okay, next thing. And this is the last thing. It's just and I'm going to read the whole thing he said. This is last weakness for Aoko. He said her tools generally lean more towards value and versatility. He put in parentheses having a lot of options at once. Just a bit more than utility. Put in parentheses having one option that covers a lot. Which isn't strictly bad either way, but means that her win con actively depends on how flexible you are at knowing how to mix and match tools, which can be a weakness sometimes. In that. Despite having a lot of options, they don't have much value overall in some common positions. I think I was kind of just saying that, aka like I don't know. Which is a easy example is like her 623C, which is a weakness utility characters don't tend to have. He put in parentheses C Sasuke and Tono. I don't understand I get basically what he's saying, but somebody that understands Alps more than me is gonna have to figure that out. But I know what he's saying basically. So an easy example. is we'll go to so let's just make the nigga block, and it's examples in neutral as well. Let's just make the nigga block though. So let's say I wanna we got Heldor, right? We got Heldor. Let's say I wanna do Heldor a lot because it's plus. I can hold it. You know, if I think they respect me enough. If they fucking mash and they don't do a normal that hits low enough, I'll get a counter hit. Like, it's a good move. But let's say I do. Let's do that. Actually, I got an idea. Let's just set it up. Let's just set it up. Let's make them crouch. Let's say I do this. You see that? You see that, right? Went straight under that shit. And I think that's pretty realistic because players know that this is what C-Aoko players will lean on most of the time. And aight players too. They know this shit is gone. This is one of her best moves. So if a character has a normal that can go under it, they can use that. And if it goes under it clean, it's really good. And I mean, the opponent can also jump. The opponent can also fucking jump, but I don't feel like setting that up, right? The opponent can also jump, but usually that's one of the big problems. They'll go under it with like, some type of very low hitting normal. Okay. So as the C-Aoko player, you like, okay, they going under my shit. So what go through my mind at least, I'm like, okay, I need to find different places to do Heldorb, or I need to not do Heldorb at all and do something else. So let's say I do. That's a whack screen, but let's say I do that. Right? And let's just imagine he's 2-seeing my shit, right? Every time. I would have to do that, and that would beat the low hitting move, or at least go over it so I don't get hit, right? And you would think, oh, the problem is solved. The problem is solved, right? No, the problem is not solved. You know why? Because they are aware of this too. They like, okay, he not doing Heldorb because I'm doing 2C. He's doing wheel kick now. Niggas just respond with shield. It's easier if you're on F. If you're on the C moon or H moon, you have to shield with a specific timing to get EX shield or half moon shield. I'm not going to set it up now, but niggas will shield this. They will shield this because it's slow. It's a slow overhead that's plus. So this means you also have to add in another option. This is what he was saying. You have to know how to mix and match your options really well on this character, because these are both, that while they are good, while both of these are good, they both have pretty clear solutions, like easy solutions. It's not even hard to answer them, right? So then you have to start thinking of shit like, I don't know. You had to start being like, okay. You had to start being like, nah. You got to start being like, okay, let's say I had to do something else. I had to do, right? Or I don't know. You got to use like jumps and shit. Sometimes you got to do that. Basically, you can't depend on any one option. Basically, and like another good example is like, I see like when I was learning the game, I saw a lot of this. I saw a lot of this, and the problem with this is that people will dead ass dash throw you for this, because dash will get away from the orb, or they just gonna do a low hitting move once again. But the what leads into that is that you can't really do a lot after 6 AB. You can't even go into your C moves. You can't go into your C special moves. Your options are or this, but people go under that, and sometimes they'll dash throw you for this, right? So you got to do that, or you got to do this, or this, which people can still fucking, like, some characters can dash under it, and some characters can do low hitting normals to get under it. You can do this, but the problem is, we'll just use Alps. I do this shit to Alps. Alps will dead ass dash back in on me. It's not, you -5, and you're not pushing them out enough. You could do 2-2B, but it's slower, but it is +1. So you probably at least be able to escape this situation. Because it's not that good for C-Aoko. Something I want to use more, because it's good. It goes under low hidden moves if they think you about to do this, right? This is pretty whack, in my opinion. This is decent, because people are always expecting this. You can't depend on one option. And I'm gonna come back to her, but like a good example of a character that can just depend on one thing and will use it in pressure. This carried ass bitch right here. This bitch, yo, look at this. Look at this. And there's footage of it. We talking about Whisk. Shout out Whisk. He's funny. Or they're funny. I don't know. But dog, Whisk. Shout out Whisk, because Whisk is cool. But this removing Whisk, this character right here, dog. Yo, this character right here, dog. Look at this. I don't know how to run pressure. I don't know how to run pressure on this bitch. But let's say I'm just doing the most elaborate pressure, right? The most elaborate pressure. You can barely do anything about this move. If you new to the game and you do not know about this character, bro, just go look up this character versus literally anybody. I don't know how much they play her over in Japan, but we got footage of this bitch over here. Yo, what are you doing about this? When I'm on defense, especially considering I don't have a DP, because at the very least, like C-Nani, he might be able to DP after this. I don't even know if I'm doing the +1. I don't know. And that's another thing. You can't tell the difference for real. You really can't when you on defense. But let's say at C-Aoko, my only hope is to like maybe push her out enough to where I can maybe get a jump. But that's difficult. So usually it ends up being me having to gamble with low shield, with low EX shield. I have to gamble with that shit. Because I think it's also a low. Look at that. He's crouching. He's fucking crouching. You can't even stand shield this. It's a low as well. So basically, like how with C-Aoko, I do hell door, but that was like a solution. You could either jump, you could fucking go under it with a normal. You could probably dash under it, nigga. You could fucking like, bro. It's solutions to that, and it's solutions to this too. But look, what are people gonna do about this? I can't give an example now, but just fucking, bro, go fucking, dog. Go look up footage if you don't know about this character. Everybody that played this game know exactly what I'm talking about. Characters carried. And who another character I can think of? I mean, even this nigga, dog. Even this nigga. Let's just look at fucking C-Nero, bro. One of the best in the game. If this nigga pushes himself out, I don't know how to do his pressure. But let's say he pushes himself out, right? And he does that. What they be doing? They be like, right? They might do some shit like this, right? What are you doing about this? Because what usually comes after this situation is, where is it? What are you doing about that? You're not doing absolutely anything. And you know what he about to do again? You know what he about to do again? Let's say he know you gonna respect this. He can do that. If you try to dash forward, he could possibly do this. If he know you gonna respect, he can get back in with this. And I mean, this is another example. I mean, I'm gonna go back to C-Aoko real quick, because now I'm gonna start looking at neutral application. And actually, no, it's a lot of examples of this shit. How long is this? Because I am yapping quite a bit. This is pretty long. But you know what? Fuck it. This for my C-Aoko niggas. This for my Aoko niggas that's gonna come later on in the game. And this is for anybody that really want to understand the mindset of a C-Aoko player. All right. It's not organized, but you know what? Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Okay. So I kind of showed some shit on pressure, and it goes even further than that because it's even more answers that I didn't. It's a lot. It's more shit. Like, let's say this is good too. Mirror is mad plus, but this nigga can dash in on reaction to mirror. He can dash in on. He can react to the startup of this shit and hit me, bro. He'll get past the mirror, bro. He will get past that shit, bro. I think the only screen he can't really do that to is like this, because I think I'm far enough. So you have to do shit like this. to like bait out something. Like maybe if you know he gonna dash up, do something like that. Or if people jump in response to this move, you have to do that. Or let's say you're doing this and people are jumping, you would have to do that. Right? Now luckily, I'll say the beauty of this character is that luckily because she has so many options, she can make it work. You as the player though, you need to know how to cycle them. And which is something I'm still trying to master. You need to know how to cycle the options because that's the only way she'll work. And I'm getting better at it. I'm starting to see the vision the better I get at it. It's taking time though, obviously, because I honestly think they're just fighting games. But that's what you got to know how to do. That's what Alps is saying. This is a character where you need to know how to have variety in what you do. Right? Because I can't really think of no more examples on like and there are good things about her, but this is about the bad shit. But because I can't really think of no more examples of shit like on offense, like when you run an offense, let's look at like some shit on like defense. So I'll do what's this recording? Let's see. Cool. Okay. So damn, that's really late. Why did I do it so late? What the hell? Okay. So let's say we got wheel kick, right? Great move for doing after shield. Great move. But like how Nani would be able to do this shit and it will win every time because you can't air guard it. Look at this. Let's set up a recorder. Or, I think I gotta do this. I don't think I can do drift with that. Hold on. Right? You see how I up backed after I did the jump C, right? Sorry for these shitty recordings. Rokunaya moment. Well, that's not really a good example, but that's a good example. You see that? You see that shit? You see how he's air guarding it because I was air guarding after the jump C? That's the problem with this. People can bait out your fucking wheel kick because they know it's like what she mainly does after shield. It's 5 frames and it's literally an anti-air. That's its purpose, right? So people are air guarded. So then you start to think, okay, what else can I do? Because wheel kick isn't winning every time. It's not something I can depend on all the time. I have to. So naturally your brain goes to, I have to do something else. So what I'll do against niggas that do that, but that's because I've been playing the game for a while now, for almost 4 years. So I've been in these situations a lot. So I might do like that. He blocked it, but at least I'm plus, right? Or this. Boom. Right? Or sometimes you gotta just, this ain't really a situation where you would do it, but sometimes you gotta just say fuck it and get out of there. You gotta jump. Right? Or this go back to why sometimes I have to use EX Shield 2A, despite how whack it is sometimes. Right? I can't just use this because it's air blockable. But I also can't just, but it's like, there's the other side of the coin. It's like I also can't just, let's go back to this recording. I also can't, hold on, let me see something. That's not a good example. Like, let's say he does, I don't know, let's say I'm anticipating him doing, I don't know, jump C, right? Let's say I'm anticipating jump C and he does that. That's not right. Right? Let's say he does that. 2 hitting move, right? So let's say, once again, let's say I'm anticipating jump C. And I try to do Held Orb after shield. Because maybe I'm anticipating jump C block. Or maybe I'm anticipating, yeah, something like that. Jump C into up back. To block it, right? To block wheel kick. And I try to do Held Orb, I'll lose. If I was anticipating jump C. But if I did wheel kick, I would win. You see? Or even if I tried to do proxy orb, and that's faster, it's still when they come out. And I think I could somewhat make something work with jump C, because let's say I did like that. Let's say I did that, right? Nah, that's not right. Let's say I did. Okay, now wait, what? What the fuck? I gotta kind of delay it. The shield is fucking it up. Hold on. Kind of gotta delay it because the shield. Okay, that should be right. You see that? You see that? Now this is Nani against a certain character. This will work. It worked right there, but it's not consistent. You can see it's not consistent. If I do this, there really is no reward, really. Like, a real player would have blocked right there, most likely. Like, that actually plays the game, they will block. Do you see? I hope I'm showing what I'm trying to show. Like, you cannot use one thing because that one thing has answers. Like, it don't beat enough for you to only be able to use that. If Wheel Kick beats all of this shit, like if it was a DP, like Nania, for example, it would be fine. But it's not. It's error blockable. Then you use Heldor. Heldor is too slow for certain interactions. Like, it's okay if he do jump C into up back. Or it's okay if he even just does jump C. But if he does jump B, which is 2 hits, me trying to do Heldorb is going to lose. Or me even trying to do Proxy Orb. Right? And that's just like on defense. That's just on defense. Then there's neutral application. Like, or there's neutral examples. Like, look at this. It's kind of what I was saying earlier. So look. Let's say the nigga is doing this, right? Let's say the nigga is doing this shit. Let's say he doing that, and I've been counter hitting his ass. I've been counter hitting his ass, bro. Right? Let's say I've been getting his ass with this move. All it would take for this nigga to do, literally, is let's turn this off. All it would take for this nigga to do, literally. Actually, you know, I probably can set the recording up. Let's just set the recording up. All it would take is for him to do this. That's all it would take. Watch this. I hope the recording is right because I'm gonna lose so much aura if it's not. You see that? I'm kind of far. Oh shit! No. I'm losing aura. Yeah. Wait, hold on. You see that? Now, if I'm spaced enough, it'll be fine. You see this? Let's say he don't do jump C. Let's say he doesn't fall with shit. Trust me, gang. Trust me. I know I'm fucking up the recording, but trust me. This is as somebody that done played this character, bro. He can go under this. I've shown you. That's another problem with this character. A lot of shit people can go under. So then you start thinking, okay, it's so much thinking you have to do as an Aoko player. It's annoying. Like, cause I'll just turn the dummy out. Cause I'm gonna just talk right quick. Cause y'all can imagine the shit I'm about to say. So let's say I'm doing this, right? And I'm trying to smoke jump C. He knows I'm trying to smoke jump C. So what he does is land into 2C to get under my 236A. So then I think, okay, he's doing that to get under my 236A. How can I beat his 2C? I have to start doing shit like this. Or I have to start doing shit like this, right? Or let's say I'm trying to set Heldor, right, in neutral. And I have not gotten a knockdown or anything. He might know, let's say I do air dash back Heldor set. I have to do, which is kind of just fighting games, but I have to do like, and that's to beat 2C. Or I have to do drift forward, jump C to beat his 2C. There are answers. Like, I can't mindlessly use rain because niggas can dash under this. Niggas can dash under this, so I have to use jump C to cover the blind spot. It's like you can do things, but basically you always need to have your other options in case those things don't work. And you have to keep cycling them because they keep changing what they doing too. You know? And I'm trying to think of other examples where that is like the case. Because this is one of the main cases because, you know, they can go under shit. So you have to account for the fact that they can go under your stuff. And I consider using this too much recovery to catch people that's like hovering, but I think I have some answers. But that might be it, honestly. And there probably is some shit I'm leaving out. Like there probably are some examples I'm not really putting in here. But because this video is long already and it wasn't really organized, It really was just something I saw, and I was like, yo, I fuck with what Alps is saying. This nigga is spitting. Pretty much everything he said, I agree with. You know what I'm saying? Except maybe horizontal movie. I don't think it's bad. It's mediocre, which I guess is still bad. But yeah. So basically, to put it simply, no, actually, one more thing, because I just want to look at certain characters to show like how simple certain situations are for them. Okay, let's look at like in terms of defense. Like if this nigga, which recording is this? That's not. What's recording too? Okay, boom, boom. This is great. This is great right here. Like how you can air guard C-Aoko shit. You can't do this to this nigga. He gonna get you. Still, he still gonna get you. It don't matter if you up back, nigga. Right? Or like there are different, or even like with certain shit. Like let's just turn the dummy off. Like this is the thing about removing his rebeats. We'll just consider this move plus, even though it isn't plus. It's like 0, I think. But this situation is in his favor. Why is it in his favor? Because the nigga has a DP. He could do DP. He could do into DP, bro. What that means is the opponent is naturally going to respect. So we'll just consider this plus. So sometimes he can do shit like that. He can keep using this move, basically. And you can't go under it. You can't just jump the fucking move like how you can with Aoko. You have to respect this. You have to deal with this situation. Because you can't shield it, really. I don't think, because you have to predict he going to actually do it. And then I have my aight example where she can just literally loop that fucking 2-2 on you over and over again. And then it's probably examples I'm not even considering. Or, you know what? That was like defensive. That was a defensive example. Let's look at a character like C-Aoko. You see all that thinking I have to do in neutral? All that thinking I got to do? This bitch, bro, this is all she got to do. What's the input? That's all she got to do, bro. All she got to do. It tracks. It tracks, nigga. It's easy to combo off of. It's air unblockable. She does not have to really think in neutral that much. This is all she got to do. All she got to do. Meanwhile, I got to think about everything. I have to think about so much. Meanwhile, this bitch can just do this. And obviously, I know there are, times where they actually do have to think. But let's be real. She's carried. Let's be real. She's carried, okay? Another example of just basically skipping the fuck out of neutral. These niggas don't get no credit either. I'm sorry. Shout out to Nero players, but you niggas is not slick. And once again, they got to put some work in too. Even the top tier players are putting in work behind the scenes when they not on stream or whatever, or on YouTube, right? They putting in work, even if they are carried. But this nigga can just do this. What are most characters gonna do about this? Now, don't get me wrong. Like Nani, he could probably shield this shit in DP. Another example is like on C-Aoko. If I tried to shield this, let's say I shield the first hit, we'll trade because the second hit will hit me. I'll trade with this nigga. But Nania, if he does DP after shielding that first hit, he's gonna win. So that's another example of his defense just being better, right? And I didn't even talk about her health, but I don't really care about that. But yes, like Nero can dead ass just win neutral doing this shit over and over and over to you, bro. And that's not even including all this bullshit. He can literally just do this and win neutral for free. I have an answer for that low key, but I'm gonna keep it secret for now. If you know, you know, which a lot of niggas don't know. But okay, man. That's basically the gist of it. Outs was spitting. Outs was fucking spitting. Everything he said was real. Okay. This character, despite what people say about her, I don't know. Niggas might not like her offense. Niggas might not like her neutral. But it's not autopilot neutral by any means. If I autopilot, I'm going to lose. It's like if I autopilot in neutral, I'm going to lose. If I autopilot on pressure, I'm going to lose. Which autopilot on any character, but on certain characters, you can autopilot a little more. Or a lot more because they tools just beat everything. My shit don't beat everything. I have to do my tools knowing that you won't do this to beat it, basically. When some people can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and it's gonna work regardless. That's not how my character works, right? I had something else to say. Um, fuck, what else I had to say? I can't autopilot in neutral. I can't really. I mean, I can't autopilot ever. I had something to say. What the fuck I had to say, bro? Oh, so it's like I can't autopilot just in neutral, defense, offense. I can't autopilot really like how some other characters can. I can't. And then with a lot of situations, I have to find like niche solutions. I don't want to say niche. I have to find like very obscure solutions to problems that characters have simple answers to. I have to find really difficult answers, and sometimes there is no good answer, and I just got to deal with it. But if I do find the answer, it's like real obscure or real difficult, right? Meanwhile, other characters can run simple ass solutions, and I think this applies to a lot of characters. But I'm just speaking out mine. I have to think of hard answers to shit, or I have to vary my options when other characters don't have to do that. But okay, that's pretty much it. It's mainly for the Aoko niggas, you know. But for anybody else that see this, and I know this an hour long, you know, and I got caught up in my yapping, but I had fun, dog. Shout out to Alps. Everything he said was real. He put a lot of shit into words that I know, but I can't put into words. So yeah, yeah, man. Shout out Melty Blood. Shout out Melty Blood. Okay.